Hi guys, welcome back to the Main Road Expedition. My name is Chris, aka Big Will, and today we have the league game at home against Stafford Town, and we follow it up with a First Division Cup tie against Abbey Hey, who are currently sat second in our league, so that is going to be a very tough cup tie for us. They also beat us 5-1 when we played them in the league, so I'm just hoping we can put in a better performance, but we'll see how we get on. Stafford Town currently sat in ninth place. They're not having such a bad season. We're still sat pretty much in the middle of the playoffs. We're 8 points clear of sixth and seventh place as we approach the halfway point of the season. And overall, reasonably happy. We've had some transfer business go on. Obviously, in terms of the actual transfer window, it's non-existent, so it just carries on. Um, Simon Harrison, Harry Hutchings, and Akil Raymond weren't happy with their lack of first team football, so we have let them go. And we actually managed to get a transfer fee for Harry Hutchings as well of £750. And in terms of players coming in, James Boucher came in. He's a 19-year-old central midfield player. We brought him in to be a bit of a backup type player. Following the departure of Harrison and Raymond, we did need that cover in there. Tom Murray came in from Padiham, and he's a very good quality player, to be quite honest, and hopefully he will settle into the side reasonably well. At 29 years old, he offers that little bit more experience also. Um, Richard Wyman also came in, again, 33 years of age, again, brought him in for that experience side of things. Not a bad player, 6'1", good determination, good work rate, reasonable passer of the ball as well. Hopefully he can do a job for us in that central midfield. And Luke Gillespie we've managed to bring in as well. 33-year-old centre-back, 6'2", solid enough, good jumping reach, very determined character. Marking and tackling ability, very good. Hopefully again, he can do as well. And in terms of actually bringing any other players in, we're quite close to bringing in Gary Taylor-Fletcher. He is 41, and he's obviously all of these players are only on contracts till the end of the season. Yes, his physicals aren't great, but as you can see, his mental and technical abilities are very, very good. And I think, to be honest, even though he's 41, he could definitely do a job for us this season at this level. And hopefully he will be able to come in soon. So going into this game against Stafford, I'm hopeful we can get a good result. Form is quite reasonable. We are having to rotate a little bit. Obviously, that Abbey Hey game is very important to us, so we'll just see how things develop from there. Fletcher has had a number of games, and every single time he's rating at 6.1 or less. He has been absolutely shocking for us. Murray and Gillespie are ineligible as they are trying to get fitness for the reserves at the moment, and we'll just have to see how things go. It's a bit of a weaker side from our point of view today, but hopefully, like I say, we can just push on a bit and get a good result. Robert Hanna has been our key man. He's scored plenty of goals for us. He's not done too well when he's played out wide. We're having to play him there today just to get some players rested. But he has been our key player this season. He's been very, very good for us, and hopefully he can continue that today, even though he is playing out wide. Um, Sat in fourth place, we're pretty much where we were expected to be, which is quite good. Um, we seem to have settled a little bit with our lineups and things like that. The formation is working reasonably well for us as well, but we just lack that quality occasionally. But at the level that we're playing at, it is bound to happen. So we'll just have to keep tabs on it and try and develop where we can. Simmons here into Collins, now Bromley. Nice pass into Pollard, plays it through, looking for Hannah, and Hannah's been brought down here by Grew, and Hannah is going to take the penalty for us. As we just hit the 14-minute mark, a chance for us to go in front. Robert Hannah fires it into the goalkeeper, who couldn't keep it out, and it is 1-0. It's his 15th goal of the season, and we are up and running here in this game. Obviously, like I say, if we can do this with a rotated side today, it would certainly look good from our point of view. Going into that Abbey Hey game, of course, it's going to be a huge game. And not just in the fact that it's a cup game, but obviously the financial side of it as well. We need any bit of money we can get through the door. Financially, the club isn't doing very well at all with £28,000 in debt, and we are extremely struggling financially. So, yeah, certainly a lot to focus on. Here is Collins now on this right hand side, just lays it back into Simmons, knocks it forward. Hammond couldn't quite win it, nor could Bromley, and Kelly Evans picks it up. We look to try and win possession. Arbor couldn't beat Bedford to it, and we deal with it quite well there defensively. Here is Bromley into Collins. Cutting inside, switches the play really well into Hannah, and now a rougher into McNabb. Looking over the top, it's a great ball, and Collins picks it up, looks to get it in. He's been brought down this time, and it's another penalty kick. 27.5 minutes gone. Hannah with the chance to make it 2-0 again from the penalty spot, and he does. And he continues his very good goal scoring run for us, Robert Hannah. He's certainly been the danger man, and he's certainly doing the job today, as we'd hoped. And we sat at 2-0. Granted, they're both penalties, but overall, in what has been an even game, we have managed to take our advantage. So hopefully we can press on and hold this 2-goal advantage as we go to half time. Hammond's not done too well up front, which is a bit notable. Pollard and Bromley have been a bit quiet in the game as well, as McNabb at left back. He's not had a particularly bright game either. But we're going at half time at 2-0. Can't really argue with the performance so far. Just get them to stay focused in the second half. 2-0 is a bit of a dangerous scoreline. I don't like it when it's 1-0. 2-0 is a bit more comfortable, but if the opposition get a goal back, anything can happen. So we do need to stay on point here. Bromley with a delivery into the penalty area. Furtado with the header, and he hits the post, and it goes wide. Following the signing of Gillespie, the players aren't rating quite as well as they were, because Gillespie's a good defender. So obviously, the better players you bring in, the more some of the other players might not rate as well. So we know how good the players are. We know what the strengths are of most of this team now. And it's just going to be a case of keep working hard and see what we can do. But it looks like, so far, we're going to see the game out quite comfortably. We've not made any substitutions. We're in a position where we could. But we've looked quite solid for the whole game. And following those two penalties in the first half, I think it's just going to be a case of seeing the game out. I'm not going to bother making any changes, I don't think. Furtado and Bromley with yellow cards, but we're into injury time now, and it's going to be a 2-0 win. And again, the centre forward hasn't done the damage. This time it's Hammond with a 6.1. I'm toying with the idea of changing the role, but Hannah scores in that position. So the fact that one of them scores in that position and none of the others do is a bit of a strange one, really. But a good 2-0 win to start off this episode, and our attentions will now turn to the very important cup game against Abbey Hey. And like I say, they battered us in the league last time out. It's one of only 2 or 3 defeats that we've had in the league. So a lot to look at. Hopefully we can put in a better performance against them. Maybe even get a shock out of it and continue our run in the cup. From what I can gather, I think if we win this game against Abbey Hey, it's the quarter-final of the First Division Cup then. We're still in the FA Vars as well. We managed to win the previous round on penalties. And funnily enough, following the Abbey Hey game is the next round of the FA Vars as well. So, but we did a double cup episode last time out. So I wanted to get a league game in there today. And we'll get a more in-depth look at the league momentarily. It's just taking a minute just to load through. I'm not entirely sure why it's doing so, but very positive so far. I think thereabouts 3 or 4 days until the cup game in midweek, so just bear with me. We'll get through those few days, and then we'll come back and fingers crossed we can continue our run in the First Division Cup. Okay, here we go for this First Division Cup tie against Abbey Hey. It's going to be a massive game, like I was saying before. I don't know how it's going to go. I'm hopeful that we can perform better than we did against them last time out. As you can see, the squad's rotated again. But to be honest, I'm not liking the look of that lineup. Gary Taylor-Fletcher has arrived at the club, which is good to see. We're definitely going to have Hannah up front, I think. We'll move Hammond out wide. And midfield is still a little bit weak. Tom Murray isn't fully fit yet, and Wyman could actually make an appearance, which I think we will bring him in. Probably take Pollard out for him. And other than that, for the time being at least, I think it's just going to stay as is. Fletcher hasn't been playing well. We're going to get Taylor Fletcher onto the bench. He's only just signed for us, but he could prove invaluable in this game. So here we go. Let's see how we get on. We have had the draw for the next round. Can't remember who we're playing off the top of my head. We need to focus in on this anyway. And like I say, hopefully we can at least better the result that happened last time. It finished 5-1 to Abbey Hey previously. And 3 of those goals last time out were penalties. Lewis Lacey scored 2 of the penalties and Daryl Mason scored 1 of them. He completed a hat-trick with the penalty last time out. So, try and get the boys to get revenge is basically the order of the day. And here we go. Let's hope we can get a good start. Here is Downey with the throw for Abbey Hey. Now Lacey. Launches it forward. Oliver does well to get in onto it. Here's Wyman. Plays it out wide to Hammond. Having them slightly more experience in midfield potentially could help us today, but Hammond's ball in, well blocked, and Fitton knocks it back to the goalkeeper Smith, and he finds Harker. That's poor from our point of view. We could have closed that down a lot better, but Noble picks it up now. Charges into the penalty area. It's still Noble, still going. What a goal from Conan Noble. It's only his 3rd goal of the season. He's had a good season in my opinion, but he hasn't quite hit the ground running in terms of goals, but we have got out-and-out wingers rather than inside forwards. But that was brilliant stuff from Conan Noble. Pass 1, pass 2, into the penalty area, managed to slot it in, past the keeper. And 4 minutes gone, we have a lead here. Obviously, we played Abbey Hey earlier in the season. They are clearly a good team, sat in 2nd in the league. We have been much improved since then, and the team has gelled together a lot more. As Edge knocks it forward, Chris Anderson does well finding Ruffer, and now Hammond on this right side into Simmons. Trying to get past the winger. Does well here, Simmons. Still going. Chance to get the cross in. Finds Anderson. He does get the ball in, but it's just cleared away. Oliver picks it up. Knocks it forward. Lawrence Hammond was there. Couldn't quite win the header. And Fitton picks it up for Abbey Hey. Doing quite well with the closing down so far. Downey into Lacey. Looking forward for Mason. Hancock does really well to clear. And Hannah picks it up into Wyman. That's a great pass. And there is Hannah. And it's 2-0. 11 minutes gone, and we are looking very good here. Wyman with the assist on his debut in central midfield. That is a very good assist from him. He played the pass superbly, and Hannah finished it really well at the near post as well. We're getting used to seeing the finish from Hannah where he goes across the face of goal to the far post, but that time he beat the keeper at the near post. And 2 shots, 2 goals. Excellent, excellent stuff. Hopefully we've got a big enough cushion for the time being at least to not let them back into the game. We've managed to win it at the back again with Oliver. Now Anderson holds on to the ball, plays it through. Hannah's in behind again and he's hit the crossbar. I think he was just offside, but again, very well worked move. And we're looking very good at the minute here. If we can get to half time at 2-0, I have to feel that we'll be in a position to really press on into the next round, hopefully. They have just started to get a couple of chances themselves, so match stats overall very, very even. We are just edging it slightly. Possession-wise is split 50-50, but everything else just slightly in our favour. Obviously, we've managed to get the 2 goals, but with the second half to come, anything can happen at 2-0. As I said previously, we're going to get the lads to just stay focused. Obviously, these cup games are all very important to us. We need to be on point. Ruffer is struggling for fitness at the moment. We haven't actually got an option in defensive midfield. Both Bromley and new signing Murray aren't fully fit for today, so they've been left out of the whole squad. Here is Ruffer into Wyman. Plays it back into Hancock's now. just holding on to possession. Chris Anderson picks it up. Great ball over the top. Robert Hannah in behind. Chance for three. He made the angle far too small for himself. And to be quite honest, that was a very good opportunity. Cisse and Mason exchanging passes. Bemboletta picks it up into Wall. And the highlight ends there. Big, big chance there for Robert Hannah. He should have struck it earlier than he did. But it remains 2-0 as we get to this hour mark. We have a set piece here. Simmons whips the ball into the near post. It's cleared away. Only as far as Simmons again, though. Chance to get it into the penalty area. Swings it in. Anderson was there. Lacey clears. Wyman picks it up this time. He crosses in. Chris Anderson was there. And Robert Hannah couldn't quite get the final touch. And the goalkeeper, Smith, did very, very well, in my opinion. And he launches it forward, and Mason was challenging Hancock's there, who did superbly defensively, and Stanley picks it up into Wyman again, looking over the top for Hannah. Osigwe clears to Freestone, and now Harker. Back into Freestone again, now Bemboletta. Freestone again, they're just starting to pick it up with their possession. Noble's brought Harker down, and he's going to get a second booking here. So despite his heroics in the first half, we now find ourselves down to 10 men, which is not ideal. I mean, Hannah's on a yellow card as well, so that's going to be a risk as well, to be fair. I think we'll bring Jamie Nash on for Hannah. I mean, we do need a striker, to be fair. I think if we bring Hammond on in there, in fact, I don't think we will bring Nash on. We'll get Gary Taylor-Fletcher on for his debut in that attacking midfield role. We'll have him in behind Lawrence Hammond. And we'll just have to go without wingers, I think, here. We'll confirm that. The only reason I mean, Taylor-Fletcher's not fully fit by any means, but the reason I had him on the bench is just because of the experience he's got. He's played in the Premier League, the Championship, League One, League Two. He's played at every level, and his experience could save us here. Here is Cisse. Plays it back out wide to Downey. Lofts it into the penalty area. Harker was there. He's hit the woodwork. Edge couldn't keep it. And Hancock's clears it out for a throw-in. 20 minutes to go. With us being down to 10 men, I am hoping that we can hold on, but it's going to be tough for sure. Stanley's struggling as well. He's not had a good game. 6.2 rating for him is not ideal. Here's Oliver. Manages to head it away to Simmons. Knocks it back to him. Now Wyman in that central midfield into Ruffer. Now Stanley. Picks it up well. Looks over the top. Lawrence Hammond. Oh my word. Lawrence Hammond has just secured the victory for us here. What an unbelievable goal. And it's come out of absolutely nothing. Stanley just dragged it inside, lofted it over to him. He took a touch, controlled it superbly, and just lofted it into the top corner over the top of the goalkeeper. What a finish from him. I mean, it's not even really improved Stanley's rating. He's only at a 6.6 despite that fantastic assist. And Hammond has secured our victory here with a brilliant, brilliant goal. And we are into the quarter-final of the First Division Cup. There's a minute and a half to go. And Edge with the ball forward. Gary Taylor-Fletcher looking to challenge. He nods it on. Lawrence Hammond's beaten the goalkeeper to it. And he's made it 4. But unfortunately, Hammond was offside again. We looked quite good there. Gary Taylor-Fletcher getting stuck in as well, which is good to see. And unfortunately, he was just offside. Lacey with the free kick, looking for Lennox. Controls it well. Wyman with the challenge. I thought it was Wyman with the challenge. By the looks of it, it may have been Oliver there. Here's Toy. Looking to swing it in. He knocks it forward and it's straight down the goalkeeper's throat. Eric Edge claiming it superbly. There is the full-time whistle. Despite being down to 10 men, we managed to get the third goal. A great performance, really, considering, like I mentioned before, and you're probably sick of me saying it, to lose 5-1 in the league game and be very poor in doing so. We've come back and we've won this cup tie by 3-0, and that gives me a huge amount of confidence, really. going forward. I mean, we've got the third round of the FA Vars against Birtley Town. As far as I'm aware, we're actually favourites for that one as well. I'm not too sure, but I think we are favourites for that. So we continue our run here in the cup competitions. We're going to come back in January, probably for Abbey Holton and Abbey Hey again. Abbey Hey in the league. We're at home against them, so we'll probably come back for those two games. We'll get December out of the way, and in the meantime, hopefully our good form can continue. As you can see, um, you were with us for the two cup games last time. Since then, we had a draw against New Mills. They've got a striker called Takpe who bagged a hat trick. He really did put us to the sword. And Wythenshawe amateurs, unbeaten in 10 games at the time that we played them after that. And we lost 1-0 to them, which was unfortunate. But again, since then, we've looked quite good. We've maintained some clean sheets and we're back to winning ways. And overall, as you can see, we're not doing badly at all. We've had 3 league defeats, I think, overall, which was, yeah, Abbey Hey, Stockport Town and Wythenshawe. So hopefully we can continue this winning run, get through the cup rounds again, and hopefully we can push on through the league games in December and see where we are from there. So until next time, guys, thank you very much for your support. Please like and subscribe to the channel. It is all greatly appreciated. I will see you all next time. This is Big Will, signing away.